Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, and today I have a 2 for you book review on a couple of really cool metaphysical themed coffee table books. The first one is The History of Tarot Art, Demystifying the Art and Arcana, deck by deck, by Holly Adams Easley and Esther Joy Archer. I got this one for $14.99 at Half Price Books. I just left that on there so I wouldn't forget to tell you, but I hate leaving price tags on books, so I'm going to take that off. The second book is called Shakti, An Exploration of the Divine Feminine by Nilima Chitgopekar, and with a foreword by Shakti. Okay, I'm sorry, I hope I didn't mess those names up too badly. I suspect I did. All right, so this History of Tarot Art is really cool. It's just beautiful pictures. It's by Epic Ink Publishers, and the publishing date, it says Epic Ink here, but it's 2021 by Quarto Publishing Group, USA. So Quarto in 2021. And then I'll just briefly show you how it is, because, I mean, it really is cool. And there are a lot of really well-known decks in here, like, this is the, what is it called? The Antique Anatomy Tarot. We have Table of Contents, introduction about tarot. There are some the card players, because it started out as a card game. And then it talks about the Visconti Tarot, which was created between 1451 and 1466 in Italy. So this is like the oldest known actual tarot deck. And I'm sure this is in a museum. The origins of tarot, historical patrons, the 15th century Milanese art scene, the Visconti decks, politics behind the Visconti art, more. All right, so it's just beautiful. Now, the 1JJ Swiss deck was published in the mid-1960s, and there's some pictures from that. The Solabusca deck from 1490. So this is like really great historical information about tarot artwork. This is also Solabusca, which I'm not super familiar with. I actually need to read this. And then it talks about the allegorical minor cards. And then we come to, so they're comparing here the Solabusca Tarot with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot here too, which is kind of neat. And then it talks about the English Magic Tarot and Thoth Tarot. There's the Marseille Tarot. Different Marseille types of tarot decks. I'm just going to go I'm not going to go through every page, but this is, again, Marseille, from a card game to divination. Here's the Tarot Sirene. The Marshmallow Marseille. I have not seen that one. Then it talks about, there's a whole chapter on Rider-Waite-Smith, 1909, London, England, by Arthur Waite and Pamela Coleman Smith. And this is what many, many decks are based on today, of course. And there's about Arthur Waite, the Golden Dawn Society, the origins of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, illustrated minors. And I prefer when the minor Arcana cards is Pamela Coleman Smith. I really prefer my minor Arcana cards illustrated. The Marseille decks are not that's not my favorite cup of tea. Of course, we have Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot. Important in the history of tarot. Let me just flip through. But anyway, if you're interested in tarot and tarot art, this is a beautiful book. Just going to see. So this is still... okay, it talks about Aleister Crowley and his infamous life. Okay, so you almost like the Urban Tarot, right? So then the Aquarian Tarot. Oh, this is one of my faves. So it talks about that. The Aquarian Tarot was 1968 in the U.S. I was 8 years old back then, and it shows the cards from the Aquarian and what was going on at the time, Art Nouveau influences and so on. Talks about the art of the cards. I love that. The legacy of the Aquarian Tarot. You might also like the Muka Tarot, the Ethereal Visions Tarot. The Morgan Greer Tarot, another one of my faves. I love it because it's so close up on the... beautiful. Oh wait, so... sorry, you can't see that very well. Pop culture icons at the time. Charlie's Angels. Oh my goodness. I remember them. And then it shows them with the Three of Cups. That's kind of funny. There's Raquel Welch and Stevie Nicks. And, okay, there's the Haunted House Tarot. Oh, I just had a friend do a reading for me with that. The Light Seers Tarot. So, there's lots of Mother Peace Tarot. That's a round one. You know, I bought one of these one time and one of the cards was missing. It was at a used store and then I think I rehomed it. The Cosmic Tarot. I don't have the Cosmic. Oh, I do have the Cosmic Tarot. I sure do. And it talks about the pop. Oh, wait, when was the Cosmic Tarot? Let's see. Cosmic Tarot, 1988. Okay. Now we're moving up. Oh, I always thought this looked like Elizabeth Taylor. Look at that, will you? They have silver screen references. Okay, there are a few anatomically correct pictures in here because, of course, there are in the tarot. So, FYI, in case you decide to put this on your coffee table. Okay. I think I like this book so much because it focuses on most of my favorite decks. The Druidcraft Tarot 2005. Excuse me. I was cleaning today and I ruffled up some dust in the house. And then you might also like Robin Wood Tarot, which was actually one of the first decks I used. Wildwood Tarot. And then we have the Deviant Moon Tarot. And I remember the first time I saw this being used, the woman said, "Oh, this is such a beautiful deck," and I couldn't see it at the time. It's so unusual, but I do appreciate it. Okay, so the Deviant Moon Tarot compared to Salvador Dali. That's interesting. And then you might also like the Sweet Twilight Tarot, which I don't have, and the Wayward Dark Tarot, which I have not seen. Then we have the Wild Unknown Tarot, another one of my faves, 2012. The Vinder deck, you might also like the Spacious Tarot. I don't have either one of those. And there's the Antique Anatomy Tarot. It goes on. You might also like the Golden Tarot of Klimt. Mixed media, tarot decks, pop culture, and TV inspired. Sure, I've got lots of TV inspired decks. I don't have the Golden Girls, but I've seen it. And then we have TV series tarot. We have Madame Clara's 5-cent tarot. I've not seen that one. And then here are epilogue. Okay, so that's a lot of beautiful tarot art. If you're interested in that, hopefully I didn't lose any of you because I just went on and on about that for like 10 minutes. But again, it's by Holly Adams Easley and Esther Joy Archer. This is a $50 book. Publisher price $50, and I got this for $14.99, which I think was a fabulous deal. Again, this is by Quarto Publishing 2021. All right, so that's the tarot art book. Now let's go to the next one. Shakti. This is by DK Publishing. An exploration of the divine feminine. And this book, let me see here. It's by Penguin Random House, DK Books in 2022. So these books are just a year apart in publication date. Okay, so we have Introduction to the Goddess, The Rise of the Goddess, The Evolution of Goddess Worship, Buddhist and Jain Goddesses, Tantra and the Goddess, Divine Landscapes, and those are all the names of the chapters. So, Introduction to the Goddesses. I love the colors. The pictures in here are great. The Goddess Tradition, the Religious Fabric, Hindu Literary Tradition. The cool thing about coffee book tables, they always have such great photography. Well, many of them do. Decoding Tantrism, Incarnation and Manifestation, Adbhuta Ramayana. This focuses on Sita and presents her as the ultimate reality. The Incredible Ramayana. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. And then we have The Rise of the Goddess, Early Goddesses, Devi Sukta, Hymn to the Goddess. So this goes on. Let me see. A sacred. Ooh, that's beautiful. Aranyani, the fearless goddess of the woods. So then it takes each goddess and it talks about her. That's gorgeous. Symbol of fertility. Evolution of goddess worship. The great goddess, Sita and Rama. Subhadra. Devi Mahatmya. Glory of the goddess. The goddess and cosmogony. So it's just, I'm going to try to, well, I'll just flip through really more so. Durga, Aplita Mahamaya. There's Durga, and I mean, it's like really cool pictures. Mahisha Slade, the Mahisha myth. Navadurga, a vigil in her name, Sati, the righteous one, Sati's cosmic end, got Parvati, Parvati's mythology, Parvati and Shiva, Bringi's foolish act, Ambika, Kali. I actually had gotten this for Kali. I was looking for information. Kali's mythology, battle with Raktabija, the worship of Kali. Weaponry, untamed fury. Matrikas, the wild mothers. Okay. Mahadevi. Devi Gita. So there are a lot of Lakshmi. Portrait of Prosperity, that's Tulsi. The Sylvan form of Devi. And it just goes on and on with these beautiful Radha. Beautiful photographs, the women in Krishna's life. Then Javasini, Gita Govinda. Now then it goes to Buddhist and Jain gods. Okay, so goddesses of Buddhism, the sacred mothers. And we've got Prajna Paramita, Pariti. Wow, look at the trees. I love these gorgeous, gorgeous Mahayana Pantheon. Kumari Devi, Tara, forms of Tara, and there's like there's green Tara, white Tara, yellow Tara, blue Tara, red Tara, and they all have different meanings. Sragtara, Stotra, Vajra Yogini, and again iconography of Tantric and Mahayana goddesses. Again, please excuse my poor pronunciation. Triumph Devis in Jainism. Ambika. Padmavati. Shakreshvari. Shivalamalini. Legend of Kanaki, and then we have Tantra and the goddesses, Hindu Tantric texts, the 10 goddesses. So this is pretty cool. You might, if you have young children, you may want to just review this. I know there's some anatomically correct things here again. So it goes on and on. My camera is starting, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It goes on and on with beautiful photographs and very interesting text. And Bagalamukti, Matangi, Kamalatamika. So this is a really great book as well. So again, here are two really great coffee table books. Again, Shakti, An Exploration of the Divine Feminine. I did not see the publisher price. This is £25, but I'm not sure what the dollar amount for that is. And again, the publication date is this DK or Penguin Random House, and the publication year is 2022, and this one is 2021. So two really beautiful art books for you, a tarot and Shakti, the Divine Feminine. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not done so. It's completely free for you, and it helps me out a whole lot. I want to thank you for being with me today. I appreciate you so much more than you'll ever know. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.